So guys, before we get started, don't forget we do have that amazing discount code thanks to Tier 0 Games going on right now. And all you have to do is put in ZW Games 5 to get 5% discount on your total order at tier0games.com. The links will be in the description below. What's up YouTube, Dad here from Zephyr Games, bringing you the insane 2-card combo that is pretty much dominating the meta, and the only specific card you need is Jet Synchron, and you can actually play 6 of him because you can play Tune In as well, which searches him out. Now Simo has already done this video, so I take no credit whatsoever for the plays that expire in this video. This is purely here just to kind of show everyone what the combo does if you want to play it, and I'll also explain the certain points that you can interrupt the combo in order to stop it, because this combo can end on anything from a double Omni Negate all the way up to a VFD full lockdown play as well. With that being said, let's take you through this 2-card combo, and I'll try and reset it to the point where it varies every single time. Now this one right here will be the +4, which is already insane because it's a +4 and leaves you with an Omni Negate as well. Depending on what you put in the graveyard, what you discard for Jet Synchron, and all the other variations, this combo can go further, but I want to show you the base minimum that you're going to get from this combo with the bare bones that you have. So, you start off by normal summoning your Jet Synchron. Now, this is the first time that you can interrupt this play by pretty much negating the summon. Now, the issue with that is they still have the ability to revive the Jet Synchron, so if they have a way to extend, they'll still be able to make the plays. So it is one way to interrupt them, but it is not the best time to interrupt them. You then turn Jet Synchron into the Link Kuriboh, and you then use Jet Synchron's effect to discard whatever card you have in hand to revive the Jet Synchron. You then, because you have a tuner and another monster, you can link these two together. Link Kuriboh goes to the graveyard, Jet Synchron gets banished. Make sure that your opponent banishes that Jet Synchron. You then link into Crystron Halifibrax, and Crystron Halifibrax's effect will go off to special summon out Despot 001 from the deck. Again, this is a point where you could interrupt the combo, hitting the Halifibrax. I had this conversation with a couple of other people as well. This is probably one of the second best times to do it, but again, it's very susceptible because if they have an extender, they can really put their plays back into play, because they can still revive the Despot 001 and they can still get into the Auroradon plays if played correctly. Definitely a good time to interrupt them. Again, in my opinion, not the best. So then what you do is you turn the Crystron Halifibrax into your Link Cross. Link Cross will then produce you 2 level 1 tokens. Now, keep in mind, these tokens can't be used for a Link summon, but they can be used as synchro fodder, or, which is exactly what we're going to do right now, fodder to get rid of one and bring back the Link Kuriboh. Again, if you play something like Token Collector and open it up, this is a good point to stop them, because then it means they can't get the Auroradon tokens either. Alternatively, you do have Nibiru, and at the latest point, which I'll show you next, is probably the best time to do it. So you link the Link Kuriboh and the Link Cross, and you put yourself into the Barricade Blocker. You then use Barricade Blocker and Despot because they are both machines, and you go into the Auroradon. Now, when the Auroradon makes his effect to special summon out 3 tokens, all of level 3, and then the Despot effect goes off in graveyard to bring it back. This, in my opinion, is the best time to Nibiru them. If you imperm this previously, that's absolutely fine, because it means they don't have the tokens, and then Despot doesn't come back, and they're only left with the one Link Cross token and the Auroradon. At this point, if you Nibiru them, they're not going to get the O-Line token. They're not going to be able to revive the Despot 00 because all of this is then gone. This is probably one of the good times to Nibiru them and stop them in their plays outright. From this point on, what you do is you use the Auroradon effect to tribute himself and one of the level 3 tokens and special summon out O-Line from deck. You have to make sure it's the level 3 token because you need the level 1 in order to move your synchro plays further forward. Now, because you've used Auroradon, you can't link anymore this turn, but that doesn't really matter. So what you do is you use the Mecha Phantom Beast and 1 level 3 token to make your TG Hyper Librarian. O-Line will then produce you another level 3 token. You then use Despot 001 and the level 1 Link Cross token to go into your Formula Synchron. This then allows you to draw 1 from Formula Synchron and 1 from TG Hyper Librarian. You then use Formula Synchron plus 1 level 3 token, and you get to go into an Axel Synchron. This then lets you draw 1 more off of Hyper Librarian. You then use the level 3 or the final token plus your Axel Synchron and go into your Savage Dragon. getting another draw from TG Hyper Librarian, and then being able to equip your Mecha Phantom Beast Aurorodon to the Savage Dragon, giving you that beautiful triple Omni Negate. Now, obviously, at this point right now, these 4 cards in my hand that I've drawn can be extenders. If this is my first turn, I'm going to have an additional 4 cards as well to kind of push plays further that way. So we're going to reset the board state. I will take you through the full combo again just so you can see it a couple of times over. This is just basically practice makes perfect to show you exactly what you need and where you need to go to it. Now this one's going to be the double Omni Negate. This is the one that probably most people know. Very, very simple and can be made a multiple of ways. So again, you're going to normal your Jet Synchron and you're going to link that off into your Link Karibo. You're then going to use the effect of Jet Synchron, discarding any card you have in hand to bring it back. You then link these 2 together and you go into your Halley Fibrax. Halley Fibrax effect will then go off to special summon down your Despot 001. Again, you use the exact same playstyle. You don't have to. You can go straight into the Aurorodon, and the Aurorodon will do the exact same play, getting you your double Omni Negate without having to go into that Link Cross play. It really depends on where you want to go for it. So let's say we cut out the Link Cross play and we literally just use Despot 001 and the Halley Fibrax. We go straight into the Aurorodon. Aurorodon then produces 3 tokens of level 3. That will then trigger Despot 001 in the graveyard to special summon itself back. You then get rid of 1 token and the Aurorodon and special summon out your O-Line from deck. You then use O-Line's effect plus the 2 level 3 tokens to turn him into your Savage Dragon. That then produces another level 3 token off of O-Line, and you use your Despot 001 plus the level 3 to make your Herald. Now this is probably the most common combo. Obviously you'd crypt the Aurorodon to your Savage Dragon. You've got 2 Omni Negates on board, plus this acts as a macro Cosmo because any card sent from the deck or hand to the graveyard is banished. There's one important thing to remember about this card, especially in stuff like the Adamancer player matchup and of course the Eldritch matchup as well. So this can really, really help and cause your opponent a lot of issues. Now we're going to reset again for the final combo. This combo is draw 2 and set up a permanent lockdown for your opponent. Like your opponent does not get to play their turn, which is disgusting. So again, exact same opening, Jet Synchron plus any form of discard fodder. Normal summon the Jet Synchron, turn it into your Link Karibo, then use the effect, tune in, bring it back, and then use both of these to make your Halley Fibrax. Use Halley Fibrax's effect to special summon down your Despot 001. Turn Halley Fibrax into your Link Cross. Link Cross will then produce 2 level 1 tokens. You get rid of 1 of those level 1 tokens for your Link Karibo back from the graveyard, because obviously it's come back from the graveyard, it doesn't count as a Link summon, so you're absolutely fine. You then use Link Cross and Link Karibo, and you go into your Barricade Blocker. Then use Barricade Blocker and your Despot 001 to go into your Aurorodon. Aurorodon will then produce you 3 level 3 tokens and special summon back your Despot 001. Now this is where it gets spicy. So Aurorodon and a level 3 token, sack both of those off and bring yourself down an O-Line from deck. Now rather than going into the standard play of the TG Hyper Librarian, what you do is you take 1 level 3 token and the O-Line, which will then produce you the level 3 token back. And you'll go into the Garden Rose Maiden. Now, we mentioned this in our most recent podcast of why this card is going up, and this is exactly why. This allows you to turn this combo into a draw 2 VFD play as well. So what you do here is you use Despot and the Garden Rose Maiden, and you turn that into your Coral Dragon. You then use Coral Dragon plus 1 of the level 3 tokens, and go into your Ravenous Crocodragon Arceus. Now Arceus will let you have 1 draw, and your Coral Dragon will let you have 1 draw as well. Then what you've got is you've got your Garden Rose Maiden in the graveyard, who can banish herself to special summon a plant or a dragon from the graveyard, so you're going to bring out your Coral Dragon. Now keep in mind, what you're going to do is you're going to sync with your Coral Dragon and the level 3, and go into your Vermilion Dragon Mech. Now obviously the level 9s need to be ones that just require 2 monsters, so you can't do a Trish unless you have the ability to kind of fluctuate the levels and move your plays further forward that way. Now this is obviously a hard once per turn, which is why you don't make a second Cracker draw, because then you draw another card as well. From this point on, you won't get the draw for Cold Dragon because it wasn't synchro summoned, it came back from the graveyard, so always remember that. And then what you do from here is you just get to overlay these two into the strongest XYZ around right now, and that is True King of all Calamities. And then even if you do get, so you've got 2 additional cards in hand. If this is your opening hand, you're on 6. You can set them, you can hold them, whatever. You pass your opponent's turn, and even if they go to Dark Ruler you can shotgun this during the standby phase. Your opponent can't attack. You've already gained advantage off of this. So if they do clear your board and they try to Dark Ruler you or whatnot, you're not going to take damage. So you don't need to worry about that at all. So you don't take damage, this all goes. You still have, if this is your opening hand, you'll still have like 6 cards in your hand. And there's a couple of people at the PPG that was actually running this combo at 2. So once you fine tune exactly what you want to do with this, whether you want to go for the +4, whether you want to go for the double Omni Negate, people are actually doubling up the Halley Flybrax plays or the Halley Flybrax engine, because you're then able to do this combo multiple times in the same game. Once you've made it once, because you're not burning through a huge amount of resource, like if you do this correctly, the only thing you lose is the Auroradon, but you still have the ability to kind of make a Crystron play from scratch. So it still gives you a lot of versatility. Now the next combo I'm going to show you, this is just for fun. This is just purely because you can go, yeah, I summoned Ultimate Zolkin. Now, you would need a lot more and specific cards in order to make it extend that bit further, but it does give you the same kind of result. So you'd go Jet Synchron. I'm going to move this one a little bit faster forward because this isn't as important. This is literally just so you can get Ultimate Zolkin out in 2020. So the Link Kuriboh, discard, revive the Jet Synchron, both of these into Halley Flybrax. Now this is the longer combo because you do need the additional tokens off of Linkross. Halley Flybrax goes into your Linkross and produces the 2 tokens. Obviously the best forms of negates or interruptions with this kind of combo is Nibiru for sure. Nibiru, like I said, you want to do it before they get to their Omni Negate, so once they've put their board together. The one big thing that you want to keep your mind out onto is if you're trying to wait for them to, like the second they summon back the Despot, that's their point where their next move could be an Omni Negate, so that's where you want to interrupt them the best. You get rid of one of the tokens, you bring back your Link Kuriboh, then use Link Kuriboh and Link Cross and go into the Barricade blocker. You then use Barricade and Despot and go into Auroradon. Auroradon will then give you 3 level 3 tokens and revive you your Despot. You're then going to use Auroradon to get rid of 1 level 3 and itself to special summon down your O-Line. You then use your O-Line and a level 3 token to make your TG Hyper Librarian. There we go. And then obviously O-Line will produce you the level 3 token back. You then use your Despot. Come here, Despot. Plus the level 1 Link Cross token. And you're going to go into your Formula Synchron. Lets you draw 2 because you get 1 off of Formula, 1 off of Hyper Librarian. You then use your Formula Synchron plus the level 3 token. And you go into your Axel Synchron. And that will let you draw 1 more. Now obviously at this point you can see exactly where we're going from here is you're going to synchro these 2 together. So rather than going into the Savage Dragon, you just synchro those 2 together, go into your Ultimate Zolkin, and as long as one of these is a card you can set, you set that and then special summon out a level 8 Dragon. Now obviously you can't do Savage because Savage needs to be synchro summoned in order to get the card back, but you can go straight into a Crystal Wing, just giving you that monster negate and an insanely big powerful beater. Now obviously, to make this combo as relevant as the rest, it does need more components. Obviously, you need that card that you have to set, which you hopefully draw off of your Synchro Play draws. But on top of that, you know, the alternative to this is you get to draw 1 more card and have an Omni Negate rather than just a Monster Negate. So it really does depend on the route you want to go with this one. If you know that your deck can extend further than this and you can still make a Savage play or anything else like that, then it's still very, very good to play around with. But this is, in my opinion, the weaker of the 3 combos. I think the strongest one, in my opinion, is the VFD play. Purely because it can play around Dark Ruler no more and it gives you, like, draw 2. So it gives you half of what makes the draw into an Omni Negate combo the best. And then it gives you, you know, the full lockdown. So the Omni Negate, if you get hit with Dark Ruler no more, that's it. The board's cleared, done, dusted. The double Omni Negate, again, Dark Ruler no more, done, dusted. Whereas the other one, with the VFD, you've still got the 2 cards to back you up, and you still get the 4 cards in the other combo to back you up. But this one you get the balance of 2 cards, and then you know your opponent isn't going to be able to OTK you because you've got that VFD. Now, obviously, if they drop an Imperm on it, that's probably the biggest weakness, but you'd like to think unless they've top decked that Imperm, they would have used that on the combo that you were going to build. And that is it. Simple as that. So all you need in the main deck is 1 Despot 001, 1 O-Line. Technically, if you want to minimise it the most, but you lose your consistency, you play 1 Jet Synchron and you can play like 3 tuning. But the idea is you want to max out on these. So it's an 8-card main deck engine. And then the base minimum to get the combo going is you need an Auroradon, a Link Karibo, a Link Cross. I don't even need the Link Cross at the base minimum. So I think the base minimum is this. And then the maximum version you've got, these are only used for that one, and that one, and that one, is that. So that's what you need at max. And then even if you wanted to go for the VFD play, you'd be putting 4 more cards in, but you'd take out these ones here, and you'd probably take out those ones there, just to kind of make up for the space in that one there. So it really depends on how much space your extra deck has. As you can imagine, this combo is being abused to heck in Eldritch right now. And the combos are insane. The versatility of this is insane, which is why there's calls for O-Line to, not O-Line, sorry, Jet Synchron to be banned, which is completely understandable. I mean, no one will be surprised if that card does get banned on the upcoming ban list. But the biggest question is, will we actually have a ban list? Will Konami give us that ban list no sooner than June the 1st? Or will they let us go a little bit longer because we haven't had physical play as of yet? Anyway, that all remains to be seen. I hope this combo helped you. Like I said, biggest weakness for this combo, Imperms, Nibiru's, and General Ashes. So you, even the Uka combo if you play it, and of course Token Collector. Token Collector and Uka are a very bit more specific, whereas Imperm is something you'd always be playing, and so is Nibiru as well. Plus, keep in mind this combo can actually be built on a budget, apart from the O-Line, which is probably the most expensive from the cards here. This got a reprint in the Mechana Structure deck. This and Tuning, I believe, got a reprint in the Legendary Duelist, which has just had a second printing of it. I showed you the combo that if you wanted to go the Ultimate Zolkin route, you don't actually need any expensive cards to do that, as long as you've got the Needle Fiber. And you can pretty much dodge the Link Cross if you want to. Sometimes it really does help. And then you've got the Auroradon. So all of this came out recently. This is a common in an OTS. You should be able to pick that up. And I'm pretty sure Axel's had a common reprint as well. The expensive card, obviously, sadly for everyone, is this guy right here, sitting at about £45. But like I said, you can show you the combo without him. I mean, the draw 4 doesn't even need to go into him. Because you've got Axel Synchron, you can go into Crystal Wing. But it is just because, you know, Savage is the better Omni Negate card. Anyway, hope this helped, hope you liked it, hope it gave you a bit of information. Like I said at the start of the video, and I'll say it again now, I take no credit for these combos, did not create them. Simo has already done a video like this. I just wanted to do his video plus a little bit of extra just to say when to interrupt them, when to stop them, and show you the fun sulking option as well. But for now, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and as always, guys, happy dueling.